So, what if I told you becoming a millionaire isn't some big secret, that it has nothing to do with luck or winning the lottery? What if it's just a simple, repeatable plan that pretty much anyone can follow? Well, today, we're giving you that plan. This is the $1 Million Roadmap. Let's get right into it.
$1 million. Okay, let's just be real for a second. When you see that number written out, it feels huge. It can feel like a number that's reserved for, I don't know, celebrities or tech founders, not for the rest of us. It feels like a place on the map you could just never get to.
But what if that feeling is just plain wrong? What if getting to that number has way less to do with luck and a whole lot more to do with just having a clear, easy-to-understand map? Well, we're about to show you that exact map step by step. And you know, that right there is the first big mental shift you have to make. This isn't about buying a lottery ticket and hoping for the best. It's a journey. And like any long road trip, you don't get there with one giant leap. You get there by taking one small, consistent step, day after day. And let's be super clear about the destination you're heading for. The real prize here isn't a number in your bank account. It's what that number actually represents. It's security. It's choice. It's the freedom to live your life on your own terms. That's the real why that's going to keep you going when things get tough.
All right, so where do we even begin a journey like this? Well, before we can even think about hitting the gas pedal, we've got to build a rock-solid financial foundation. This part is absolutely non-negotiable.
So here are those first 3 steps. You need a budget so you can actually tell your money where to go. You need an emergency fund to act like a financial shock absorber because you know life is going to happen. And maybe most important of all, you have to attack any high-interest debt that's actively dragging you backward. And what kind of debt am I talking about? The number one enemy here is credit card debt. Think of it like this. It's a leak in your boat. It doesn't matter how hard you're rowing or how fast you want to go. If you don't plug that leak first, you are always going to be taking on water, and you're just not going to get anywhere. It's compound interest working completely against you. And it's so important to understand that not all debt is the same. On one side, you have that wealth-draining debt, the leak in the boat. But on the other side, you might have something like a sensible mortgage, which is debt tied to an asset that can actually grow in value over time. Your absolute number one priority is to get rid of that first kind. Okay, so once that foundation is solid and you've plugged that leak, it is time to start moving forward. And I mean fast. So let's talk about the engine that's going to power this entire journey, the compounding engine. This might be the single most important concept for building wealth. So listen up. Imagine you plant a small money tree. After a few years, it grows some fruit. But what if you could take that fruit, plant it, and it grew into more money trees? That is compound interest. It's your money making money, and then that new money turns around and starts making its own money.
And this table right here illustrates just how powerful this whole thing is. Let's just walk through it. Say you invest $500 every month. After 10 years, you've got a pretty solid amount. After 20, it's grown really nicely. But now look at the magic. The jump from year 20 to year 30 is huge. And the jump from year 30 to year 40 is just staggering. And you want to know why? Because in those later years, the money your investments are earning on their own is way more than the $500 you're even putting in each month. Your money is doing all the heavy lifting for you.
It's incredible. You know, this idea is so powerful, it's often attributed to Albert Einstein. Now, whether he actually said it or not, the principle is undeniable. This is like the physics of building wealth, and you absolutely want this force working for you, not against you.
So how do you actually flip the switch and turn this engine on? It's way simpler than you probably think. Just consistent investing. And look, we're not talking about trying to be a genius and pick the next hot stock. No way. For most of us, the most effective way is through something called a low-cost index fund. Just think of it like a basket that holds a tiny piece of hundreds of the biggest companies all at once. It's simple, it's diversified, and you're basically just betting on the whole economy to grow over the long run. Now, having a powerful engine is great, but the biggest danger on this whole journey isn't a market crash. It's us. It's our own emotions. Fear and greed make us do really dumb things with our money. So the solution is to take our own hands off the wheel and put the entire plan on autopilot. This chart tells such a powerful story. You've got the automated investor on the left who just puts in the same amount every single month, no matter what, rain or shine. Then you have the market timer on the right who tries to be clever, jumping in and out of the market. Over the long run, the evidence is just overwhelming. The simple, consistent approach absolutely leaves the market timer in the dust. The real key here is to take your own worst instincts completely out of the equation. So here's the 3-step strategy to do it. 1. Set up an automatic transfer from your bank account for right after you get paid. 2. Have that money automatically invested into the index fund you chose. And 3. This is the hardest part for most people. Stop checking it. Just ignore the scary headlines, ignore the daily noise, and let the system do its job.
So we've laid out the entire map, right? We built the foundation, we fired up that incredible compounding engine, and we put the whole thing on autopilot to make sure we stay on course. Now we get to the final, and honestly, the most important turn on this entire roadmap, simply starting.
So let's just do a quick recap of the 4 key stages. First, build your solid foundation, budget, emergency fund, and crush that high interest debt. Second, harness that incredible power of compounding by investing early and often. Third, do it with simple and effective tools like low-cost index funds. And finally, automate the whole system so your success pretty much becomes inevitable.
This journey doesn't start with some giant leap. It starts with one single step. We've given you the map, but only you can turn the key in the ignition. So the last question I have is for you. Looking at this roadmap, what is the one small, concrete step you are going to take today